Delicious social media vending machines and broken playbooks? This and a whole lot more on the 5 Tech Things You Should Know About, brought to you by Mosey.com. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to the 5 Tech Things That You Should Know About for all you weekend warriors in tech that don't want too much information overload. Let's get you into your 5 Tech Things You Should Know About for this week. Delicious is sold. I'm really happy. Actually, I really am happy because I put a lot into Delicious.com. When Yahoo said a few months ago that they were going to close up to Delicious, I actually was a little bit concerned. This is an aggregate site that I actually use. A lot of people use. So when they said, oh yeah, we're closing it up, it's like, wait a minute, hold on. And a lot of other people said that too. And Yahoo stepped back and they go, wait a minute, well, maybe we shouldn't, maybe we should sell it. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Oh, you misunderstood us. We're going to sell Delicious. Well, they did. And they sold it to some pretty cool people. The people that created YouTube, that's Chad Hurley and Steve Chen. They sold it for $1.6 billion, which is, I think, would be a steal. I don't know. I'm not into the whole selling of websites. Otherwise, I would have sold Geekazine, started a new one, sold that one, started, stuff like that. So, but the whole point is, Delicious is going to be around for a while. Now, the question is, with these new founders, the people that created YouTube, what are they going to do with the new Delicious site? It's going to be pretty interesting. I did get my email last night, so if you're on Delicious, you might want to check this out. Here's what the email says. Yahoo is excited to announce that Delicious has been acquired by the founders of YouTube, Chad Hurley and Steve Chen. As creators of the largest online video platform, Hurley and Chen have first-hand experience enabling millions of customers to share their experiences with the world. Delicious has become a part of the new internet company, Avos, A-V-O-S. To continue using Delicious, you must agree to the Yahoo transfer. And that's when all of a sudden you see this big button. You press the button and all of a sudden it transfers your Delicious bookmarks to the new servers. And I did that last night, pretty painless. I got another email saying, hey, it's all done. It's like, oh, that's cool. It's done. So that's pretty much it. So if you've got a Delicious set of bookmarks out there, you might want to go in, make the transfer, go over to Avos, A-V-O-S. I don't know what A-V-O-S stands for, but I do know that my Delicious bookmarks are still there. Thank you very much. Yay! It's the next phase of social networking, social media. Of course, we got the vending machines out there. You can put your dollar bills in, you can slide your credit cards, and you can get your Pepsis and your waters and stuff like that. But now one that you can talk with Facebook on, one that you can Twitter back and forth, one that you can Foursquare with, that'd be kind of interesting. Pepsi is rolling out these new social networking vending machines. In fact, we were talking to a Pepsi rep with a client that I'm working with, and we're supposed to be getting one of these once they come out. When that happens, I'll put up a whole video on it. But this is just amazing. Not only do they have the ability for you to say, hey, I'm getting a Pepsi here, but you also have what they're calling random acts of refreshment. Random acts of refreshment, where all of a sudden you get a free Pepsi and you're going, oh, hey, where'd this come from? Some guy in Boise, Idaho just gave me a Pepsi. That's pretty darn cool. Pepsi said a few months ago that they're getting into the social networking game. In fact, we all know you could buy a $3 million Super Bowl commercial, or you can spend $3 million on customers giving them free Pepsi. Which one is actually going to be a better word of mouth? The Super Bowl commercial, which they'll talk about for a couple days around the water cooler, or a bunch of free Pepsi? It's, oh yeah, I got Pepsi last week, I get Pepsi next week. You know, Pepsi, if you want to sponsor the 5 Tech Things you should know about, I will gladly put a whole ton of Pepsi stuff up here. Just thought I'd let you know. So, in the meantime, these social networking vending machines are going to be coming out fast and furious, and you'll be able to see what happens there. We'll see how people use them. We'll see if it becomes a wireless hotspot so you can check your email and stuff like that. That would be kind of cool. But we'll see what happens as we go. Did you know that Google can translate for you? Well, yeah, we kind of knew that. We had Babelfish for a long time where we could translate words. But Google has a plugin in Google Chrome that not only will translate it, but will also speak it for you. It's actually pretty straightforward. You go up into Google and you type in some words. You install the plugin, of course. Then you go and you type in some words, and then you hit the translate, whether it be French or Finnish or Haitian, or they got a lot of different languages in there. And then you hit the translate button. Of course, it'll translate your text or your web page. But then you can say, hey, I want you to speak it. I want you to speak it in English to get me a pronunciation of how it sounds. And then I want you to speak it in the language that I just translated in. Sentences, paragraphs, anything. And it's pretty cool. I took Google and I tried in several different languages. Now, some of them came up with errors saying that it didn't have a translation engine or didn't have the word for that translated just yet. But there were a lot of words that I can do. Did you know that Google is not called Google in certain countries? It's called goggle or giggle. I don't know, kind of weird. Of course, we have to give forgiveness to the computer for the computer voice and how it pronunciates sometimes. But the best part about this program is there's a learn section. So if you don't like what came across for the translate or how it sounded or anything like that, you can tell Google to learn a little bit better so it can come across next time a little bit better for you. Although if you're translating something to French or Spanish or something like that, chances are you don't know how to speak something in French or Spanish. So do you really know how to tell the computer that it's doing the right job or not? I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to be playing with this. I installed it on my Google Chrome. I'm going to be playing with this a little bit and see what I can come up with different translations, including this one.
Vous regardez les 5 choses que vous devez savoir sur jeuxocasine.com.
Of course, you know the 5 tech things you should know about is now in audio format, and you can now get it over on Stitcher. Go over to Stitcher.com/geek. Stitcher.com/geek and enter in your email address and download the app for your mobile device. It's your mobile solution for podcasts. It's great. I've been using it for the Geekazine Weekly podcast, The Day in Tech History, and now the 5 tech things you should know about. If you put in your email address, you get a chance to win $100. So go over to Stitcher.com/geek and that will get you entered into that contest. And now for the top 5 things that I learned this week. Number 5, I really don't think that The Daily Show's John Oliver was in London this week for the wedding. At least if you saw it on the Roku, you'd actually see a little line underneath that showed he had nothing below his waist. Kind of weird. Anyway, number 4, Megan Fox had her Marilyn Monroe tattoo removed. I wonder if her husband, Ryan Seacrest, oh wait, that's not Ryan Seacrest? Brian Austin Green had a problem with it. Number 3, Rice University developed goggles that can test how dry your eyes can get. The Climateers test will test how you can keep from getting keratoconjunctivitis sicca. Say that 10 times fast. Number 2, people are actually lining up for a white iPhone 4? Why? And the number 1 thing that I learned this week, sauna pants. Melt those calories away with this little item. Just strap them on and it also vibrates. Woohoo! Yes, I know what we've been told. The Army's getting their own app store. Steve Jobs has revolutionized a lot of different things. Of course, we started with the smartphone. Well, maybe we'll even go back to music and the way we listen to music. Then the smartphone, and then the tablet, and of course, application stores. And now everybody wants an application store. We talked about it last week. Outlook and the third-party application store. Now, the Army wants an application store. Pretty interesting, but also kind of wondering what they would put onto their application store. Now, about a year or so ago, we talked about an iPhone app where you could actually turn your iPhone or your iPod Touch into with a camera into a site for a gun. So you could actually do some targeting. You can make calculations on your phone before you shoot a gun or something like that. And of course, I could see that being a useful thing for the Army to get tactical advantages and things like that. But My question is, what is Army App Store going to really have on there? I mean, you can't have really top secret things, applications on there. What if the App Store gets hacked? I'm assuming that not every regular Joe will be able to get onto the application store. It'll be very tightened down, high security. You'll have certain clearances to get into certain applications. And then, of course, stuff that you just can't have on that application store, because if somebody was to hack into it, they'd get some really cool applications to do stuff. But yet the Army still wants an application store, which is great. But it's just a question of what are they going to put on their application store. GPS locators, we'll have maybe Angry Birds Army Edition. I don't know, maybe some little Farmville or something like that. It'll be interesting to see what happens, even though we won't get to see what happens. But the Army wants to get an application store so they can get the applications out to their soldiers, so they can get updates out to their soldiers as quick as possible. I think it's a great idea. I just still got to kind of wonder where they're going to go with this. I don't know. Next thing we know, we get all these mamby-pamby applications going through the Army app stores. Jackwagons. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you about this. We're going to start on the 29th. We're going to start our contest for giving away a Lenovo M90Z. An M90Z to you. What are your one of the lucky viewers out there? We're going to talk about it, of course, on Geekazine, so go over to Geekazine. There's going to be 2 parts to this contest. The first part is you're going to tweet something. I'm going to give you a Twitter hashtag. You'll have to go over to Geekazine to get it. It'll basically say, hey, I just did this over on Geekazine, and of course, you can do that too. But the other part is this. We met Gary Vaynerchuk, and this is what he put on for the promo.
Hey everybody, it's Gary Vaynerchuk, and you are watching Geekazine.
Here's what you do. Take a look at that video again, and I want you to repeat it. You can say, hey, this is Gary Vaynerchuk, and you're watching Geekazine. Or you can say, hey, I'm Joe Blow, and you're watching Geekazine. Or maybe you can say something else. Now, usual from a webcam, it's a pretty low file, so you go find the file, and then you attach it to an email. You send it to me, geekazine@gmail.com. geekazine@gmail.com. Entries will be accepted until May 5th at midnight Pacific Standard Time. So you got until then to email me your video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all together in a compilation, and I'm going to send it out on Friday the 6th. Of course, if you want to mock and say, hi, I'm Gary Vaynerchuk, and you're watching Geekazine, I'm all for that. Please send those too. I'll send them over to Gary, and then we'll have a little bit of fun with it, and see what happens. Go from there. But anyway, you have until Thursday to get onto your webcams, shoot a little video saying, hi, I'm Gary Vaynerchuk, and you're watching Geekazine, or I'm Joe Schmo, and you're watching Geekazine, and get it to me. Of course, the prize is this beautiful Lenovo M90Z, which is an i5 processor running 3.2 gigahertz. It's a great upgrade for a lot of you that are looking for a brand new computer. It's also got a touch screen. It's also got a lot of great things. It's an all-in-one PC, so you set it on the desk, put on the keyboard and the mouse if you want to, and then just go from there. Got a lot of great features. We'll be talking about it. Of course, you can check the posts that I've already done on the M90Z. Of course, you know you can save 15% off by going over to Mozy.com using that code GEEK to back up now, back up often, back up off-site. Back your files, your pictures, your documents. If you've ever lost a file in your life, a picture, a memory in your life, you know how important it is to back it up and make sure that it's there for all to see. That is where Mozy.com comes in. Per computer, $5.99 per month. You save 15% off right off the bat just by putting in that code GEEK at checkout. GEEK at checkout gets you 15% off. So back up now, back up often, back up offsite with Mozy.com. All right, I saw this on the web. I thought I'd show this to you. If you have a queasy stomach for breaking technology, then you might want to look away for a couple seconds. But check this out. This is a Playbook, and we'll just take a look.
Oh, got some Pretty nasty scratches. You see the glass already starting to shatter. It's not
Yeah,
good.
this video is a company called Square Trade, and what they do is they're actually taking different devices and they're just breaking them, and they're showing you how things can break. And their meaning for doing that is to tell you, hey, you can actually get insurance for all of these products. We saw a couple weeks ago when the iPad 2 came out, we saw that Zagg.com, Z-A-G-G.com, did a video, you're seeing a little bit of it right now, a video of an iPad getting shot with a bullet and what happens with that. They had a couple different types of guns shooting iPads. And of course that promoted the Zagg tablet covers, so you don't hurt your tablet. Of course, you're not going to shoot your tablet, but if you drop your tablet, at least you'll have a cover to save the screen and save your tablet from that. And then, of course, back at CES, we talked with a company called Worth Avenue Group. I got to smash some really cool technology, but they were talking about insurance for your technology that's pretty breakable nowadays. I mean, even with your iPhone has a glass screen. It's not plastic, it's glass. So if you drop it wrong, if it falls on the corner of the coffee table, you've got a cracked screen. And now you've got to go get it fixed. And of course, that can cost a lot of money. You might even get a brand new device, which will mean even more money. And of course, you don't want these things to happen. You want to have that item in pristine condition because you're using it and you're using it mobilely. We're going to see a lot more insurance companies bring on policies for items such as smartphones and tablets and laptops and so on and so forth. We're getting in the device insurance age, which you'll have to watch and see what your policies will cover. If they'll cover if you drop it in a glass of water, or if you drop it on the floor and the glass breaks into 1,000 pieces, or if you get a little chip, do you have to go over to the auto glass specialists and get the little gel put in there before it causes a big crack, and then of course you're out hundreds of dollars? I don't know. There's a lot of different new companies out there that are trying to sell you insurance. The one that I've been checking with and I've been talking to is Worth Avenue Group. It's not really an endorsement by any means, but I can tell you that they are looking like a pretty reputable company. Now check with your regular insurance to see if they offer some sort of electronics insurance, either through your homeowners or your automobile insurance. I do have electronic protection through my homeowner's insurance, and that's pretty cool there. So check with your insurance company. If they don't offer it, then you might want to check into companies such as Square Trade or Worth Avenue Group. In the meantime, we're going to see a lot more of these devices getting smashed, and you're going to go, oh my God, that's $500-700 getting trashed right then and there. Crazy. Of course, that brings us to the end of the 5 tech things you should know about. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for listening, too, over on Stitcher.com. Remember, Stitcher.com/geek. You can get a chance to win up to $100 when you download the app. Thanks again, and we will see you next week for the 5 tech things you should know about, the only show with 2 LED signs. Until next week, this is Jeffrey Powers. Take care.
Oh! Wow. Waist high. Waist high.